To all those above me that watch over me, to all of you, my fave parapeeps on this side of the veil, welcome. This is Sean Whittington's Paranormal Ministry Live 2.0. I'm your host, Father Sean. What am I? That's a complicated question. Well, I'm an ordained priest with the United States Old Catholic Church. I'm a fully professed brother with the Old Catholic Benedictines of Immaculate Mary. I'm a member of Society of St. Benedict.org and co-founder of Ghost Be Gone. But I'm just a regular guy. And you all know what tonight is. Tonight is the last Monday of every month. So what does that mean? That means Happy Medium Monday. But before I bring out my very special co-host, I just like everybody to take a moment to remember all the people that were really hit hard and battered, in some cases to death, by all these storms over the past couple of days. It's still going on now. So just, take a moment later, maybe offer a little prayer up for all the people that are suffering or in harm's way. And I've been doing that a lot too. So thank you for that. So without further ado, you know what tonight is? It's Happy Medium Monday. So live from Cape Cod, Cape Cod's only live on air psychic medium radio personality. Please welcome to the show the one and only, the Happy Medium herself, Susan AHEARN. You got to unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
I do it every single time. It's like without a doubt. Boom, boom.
That's what we love about you. That's what we love.
And I even said, "Oh, don't forget. I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to forget." Boom.
I wasn't going to say anything. I always say it's been quiet here, but it hasn't. And I look up, and my dream catcher is going for it.
Is it going in?
So you have quite a crowd here tonight for some reason to watch you, and it hasn't been quiet here in the house. So I may even let you tap into that and tell me what you think is going on. I have a suspicion as to why it's been active in my home here the past couple of days and today, but you have quite an audience on this side of the veil and the other ready for the show tonight. And let me tell everybody real quick how we roll tonight. How we roll is that you give free live on air psychic readings. We don't take calls. It's all through the live chat room. So if you're watching the show and you've ever wanted a free live on air psychic reading from one of the best, world renowned, critically acclaimed, extremely gifted, hotline to God, Susan AHEARN, you just type your question for Susan into the chat room. She'll see it, she'll read it, she'll give you your reading. We love to have a name and keep them relatively brief questions because she's not going to channel spirits tonight. If a spirit happens to come through with a message for somebody, of course she will. But tonight's about answering questions of, love, money, work, travel, health, things of that nature. Because channeling takes too long. It's a completely different type of energy that she has to tap into, and that would be a completely different type of show. So having said that, I'm going to shut up now so Susan can do, because this is more her show than mine, so I'll shut up now.
Oh, no. I love listening to you talk. It seems like it's been longer than a month. Isn't it? Like it just seems like it's been a long time. And I don't think it has.
I can't remember if we did a show last month or not. And while we're on that topic, I know that next month we're off for Memorial Day. The last Monday of next month is Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
So I believe it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
No, we had a show last month, but I agree with you. It does seem like
it was forever.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but we did have a show last month.
Funny. Oh well. So
Okay. I've got to do this. We're not the only ones who noticed.
Oh.
We're dealing with the neutered Susan tonight, Sharon.
left our balls at home.
have. I know I don't have the ghost balls.
How are things? Are you and your
I
daughters
left them.
at home?
Yes, I'm on a different I'm at a different desk. So things look different. I'm sorry for the little chaos behind me, but this is a working office and
Well, I know it's
it's
haunted there. What are
it,
you? What's your? What's going on there tonight?
nothing tonight. Yeah, nothing tonight.
It has
So
been. It has been active here, Lee. It's still going. The Dreamcatcher is still.
it is going. Yeah.
It's been active here the last
All
couple
right.
3 days
Talk to me.
in
What's
my
going on?
home.
What have you been up to?
I have a suspicion, and I'll wait
Hmm.
until after you tell me if you tap into anything. But it just sounds like one room in particular, but it'll happen in any of the rooms. Just like somebody's in there straightening up, moving things around, cleaning up,
Hmm.
looking through stuff. I
Hmm.
go in there and kind of hang out, and it'll stop. Um, that kind of stuff. Just weird, odd
Interesting.
noises, but it's just weird that it started. Always, you know, a couple of days before your appearance. But then it last couple of times it's been really quiet here on the nights that we did Happy Medium Monday.
Right.
But it just was kind of interesting. But I have a theory, and
Okay.
I'll wait to see if you feel anything before
All
I
right.
tell you
Well,
what my theory is.
all right. Well, let me just be in your energy for a little bit and we'll see what happens. Or if something comes through, then I'll let you know. So, um, yeah, no, my house is quiet. Usually I have something happen before the show and nothing happened last night, but I was really tired. I was like, I don't care. Just don't make a mess. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, do whatever you need to do. March through the house. Just don't make a mess. So,
Well, what do I want to talk to you about? This is another odd thing. I never make a list of things, but I just so many things have been coming through to talk to you about, and I know the first thing I want to talk to you about. I heard great things. I heard great things about your table tipping this past Saturday. How'd that go?
oh, it was fantastic. It really was fantastic. Um, and I will try not to stir too much up here in the office. Um, well, this is so cool. So we're halfway through our table tipping, and it was a new space for me. I had never gone to this new space, Strawberry Moon in Dartmouth, Massachusetts. Beautiful old place, right down by the water. Very, very lovely. Everyone, you must go visit it. It has clothing, but it's got every stone and crystal you could ever imagine. Lotions and creams and smells, and it just is a fabulous store. And in the back is yes.
What kind of place are you at? Lotions, creams, and smell?
Yes, very nice lotions, creams, and stuff. So, anyways, um, so in the back is a room you can do classes and readings and all sorts of stuff, and it's just lovely. And so we're doing the table tipping, and it has the old wood floors, so you hear someone come in the front room, and you have to go like from the front room to the second room to the third room, and then we're in the fourth room, and you can hear somebody walking, and so we all kind of just stopped and looked in the direction of where the feet were coming towards us, waiting to see somebody coming, and we all knew that it was a spirit, but we didn't. It was the coolest thing. It was, I wish, and once again, it's never recorded. I don't record it because I just am not, I don't plan it out, and I try not to intrude on people's private stuff because stuff comes through and blah blah blah. But it was just so cool to hear the footprints and have everybody else in the room hear it too at the same time. And we all just were like, you know, waiting. And then it stopped right before it got into the room. Love that stuff.
Yeah, Sharon too. She hears a lot of uh, noises too,
Mhm.
recently especially, and
Sounds- Hmm.
and I'm never around.
Even
Usually it's me
outside.
making
Wow.
noises.
Right.
So I'll wait to see if you tap into anything. Did I ever tell you the two things I used to do? I have quite a few, uh, not super large, relatively large poster boards, and I used to buy black poster boards at this art supply shop.
Mhm.
And I would go to these locations where the client would claim there's a lot of footsteps down this hallway or up in the attic, whatever. And I would put, rather than just sprinkle baby powder all over their floor, I would sprinkle the baby powder outside on this poster board. And then I'd bring the poster board in and I'd set it where
Mm.
the traffic was. And I would try to capture the feet prints on this poster board, which quite a few times I did.
Do you
And then I
really?
would, yeah, and then I would take, um, what's the final net hairspray,
Yeah.
and I would spray the whole
Mm.
top of the poster board
Oh, the
down, and that would seal it in. And then you could
wow.
set it up somewhere or frame it or
That's
to the
really
client as a
cool.
gift. But
I've never tried that. Now, I don't know why I never tried it. That's a great idea.
just because you never know,
Yeah,
people
why
talk
not?
about the footsteps, and you want to try
Mhm.
to verify if that's indeed what they're hearing, or if I find it so interesting now. If you can hear it, is it
Right,
solid enough, even in spirit, to
right.
make that impression? And I took that same theory once to this. I used to give tours of a pet cemetery out here uh,
Ooh.
in in Las Vegas, and way back in the day, it was one giant human cemetery, and then some woman bought the people that owned it at the time sold a portion of it off, and then that woman made that who bought that portion turned it into that section into a pet cemetery. So there were already some people there. And here in Vegas, there's this law, uh, I guess it's a law or a rule. You can't bury a pet in a people cemetery, but you can
Yeah.
leave in your will to have yourself buried in a pet cemetery.
Huh.
So
Okay.
still, you occasionally get people that get buried there. And I used to, in addition to giving tours there, the people that own the place used to ask me to come there all the time and investigate because there'd be a lot of activity, especially in the offices which are adjacent to the crematory.
Mhm.
Um, and there was this weird gentleman that came there one. He had a couple of pets buried there, and he came there, and they ended up having to get police to come and escort him off the property because he basically just camped out
Yeah.
there and was staying. He wouldn't leave. So he goes home. He ends up murdering one of his children and his wife and his dog, or a couple of dogs, and then commit suicide. Well, he left it in his will to have himself and his dogs buried there at the pet cemetery. So they did that after the incident, and that's when all sorts of like very poltergeist-ish activity started there at the cemetery. So I would go there, but on the footsteps thing, did I ever tell you the story about the footsteps of the miner and the cowboys that came up to me at that
No.
old bar?
No.
So Sharon and I used to go out frequent this place out in the middle of Death Valley. It was an old historic place, and I would go in the back, and there was an old bar in there. And back in the day, it was just nothing but miners, and it was a brothel, and they worked at the nearby whatever the mines. And so I'm back there by myself, and I'm sitting down, and I'm inviting all the cowboys to come up and have a drink on me. And I put all these shot glasses down, and I have a big bottle of whiskey, and I put money out on the table. So you guys don't need any money. I've got plenty of money to throw around, and we're celebrating today, and everybody come up and have a shot on me. And this, just like you described, heavy footprints coming towards me down this long hall towards this bar. And normally I don't get freaked out, but I started getting a little freaked out because they were getting heavier and louder and heavier and louder, and they were coming right for me. I'm finding myself leaning back away from the bar wall, and I've got my hands, on the like, what's about to happen here? There was a huge hole in the wall, and through that hole was outside. But all of a sudden, the last moment, I expect somebody to grab me and shake me. This big horse sticks his head through the
Right at the best time.
His ghost got him. His ghost got him.
See what
His
happens
ghost
when you
is
tell
sitting there
stories?
going, yeah, his ghost is sitting there going, I've had enough. Be quiet. So
I've
we
always
want
wanted him
Susan.
to shoosh off, right? It's my
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Dude,
We
done.
your ghost
Ah!
got you.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
Ah!
Yeah,
I had my moment. I was just
yeah.
about
Look,
to.
here's another one saying just when you were getting to the good part. And all I got to
It
ask
is
is, what was
it
the
is
good part? The end?
it is
Well,
so
I thought
cold
the
in
good
here
part
right
was
now.
when he left. That was the good part.
That was the good. Let me see. My thing's still spinning because it's frigid in here right now.
Ooh, ooh.
No,
Well,
I'm about ready to. I'm thinking somebody's going to grab me and shake me. And there's a hole in the wall here that you stick your arm out and you're outside. It's an old dilapidated building, and right at the last moment, I'm about to just like I don't know what's about to happen here. This big horse sticks his head through the hole and goes, and I freaking launched. I mean, shot glasses, money,
Oh,
bottle of
everything
whiskey,
went
my
flying.
everything went flying, and I next thing I know, I was out front, standing there going, unbelievable. And I went back in there, and this horse still has his head in there. He's looking around. I forgot they had all these wild horses around this
Oh,
place,
right,
just roam around.
right.
He heard
Yeah.
me in there talking,
Oh,
and
he
he
wanted to
thought
know what
he'd
was
come
going
in
on.
and so
That's funny. Did you have to change your chaps?
that's the only thing I didn't have to do. But uh, so
I
that
love it.
and then the pet cemetery. There's
Yeah.
animals, of course, animals buried there. Pet cemetery, duh. We had this famous circus elephant here from very well-known
Circus
circus
elephant?
elephant. Yeah, and they buried this circus elephant there, and people living around the area were constantly claiming they were seeing
Stop.
this ghost elephant roaming
Stop.
through the cemetery. Yeah.
That's cool. I
So
want to
I
see a
went
ghost
to
elephant.
his grave or its grave. I
Yeah.
forget if it was a male or a female, and she has this big, beautiful plot there.
Wow.
And I
Big.
laid
Like
down
it
that
has to be
poster board.
huge.
Yeah, I laid the poster
Wow.
board down there, sprinkled all a bunch of powder on it, and I just dumped a couple of bags of shelled peanuts, like the kind you get at a
Oh,
baseball
that's
game or
cute. Right,
'cause
right.
elephants love peanuts, I think.
Yeah, why not?
And I finished my tour and did some other investigating, came back, and sure enough, it was as though the board it was at something extremely heavy had stepped on. It didn't leave any a footprint though,
It
which was
lifted it though.
bummed me
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But the board, it was like something so heavy
Oh,
stepped on the board and just like crushed it into the ground.
I love that.
And I didn't take account on the peanuts, but like I asked Sharon and I asked a couple other people that said, "Do you remember there being more peanuts?" And they thought, you know
Uh,
what, we could be wrong. It could be your
right.
imagination, but I remember there being more peanuts. So several of us thought there were less peanuts there, but it was just so interesting how it was like
That's
something really
cool.
heavy stepped on that
Wow.
board. But
Only in Las Vegas, right? Only in
yeah,
Las
and then
Vegas.
we eventually stopped doing the tour. But there was a home there. The woman that bought the pet cemetery, um, she was she lived most of her adult life in this home that she built adjacent to it, and then she died in the home. Then we knew people that had bought the home, lived for a little while in there, and then had to move because the woman was still in there. Wasn't malevolent, just some people just can't handle
They
living with a
can't
ghost.
handle any of it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
when the house was vacant, Sharon and I would go in there a lot. We had quite a nice relationship with this woman. Like on command, I could put like flowers, and I got this on film. I could put flowers down on her by her fireplace,
Yeah,
and we could talk to her and say, are we welcome? Do you want us to leave? If you do, let us know. We thought we come by and
right.
say hi. Your home is still so beautiful. I started going there because I knew they were going to tear the home down, and I was trying to get her to cross over
Mhm.
before they did that. Because I just felt, I don't really know what goes on in the spirit world. I'm sure she'd have a place to go, but I felt bad that this woman so loved her house so much she wouldn't leave, and she
Right.
was nice to everybody that ever rented
Went in
or
there.
lived in the
Right.
place. But I wanted to let her know your home's going to be, they sold that little portion of land off to a place that ended up becoming a bank.
Mm.
But I would go in there and I'd warn her. And one night we came in there to tell her, this is the last time you're going to see us. So if you want to come out and say goodbye, we heard a noise from the master bedroom and started filming. And a softball sized orb emana- emanating its only light source came out from the master
Wow.
bedroom, came all the way down the hallway across the living
Wow.
room, hovered over the flowers,
Hmm.
several photos taken of it before it went up the chimney.
Wow.
Then we don't know if she left, but we ended up that was the last time we went there. But then they built a bank there. And sure enough, the bank people must have come over and complained to the people at the pet cemetery. There's weird things going on in the bank. And one of the bank managers ended up reaching out to me.
Oh,
And he
wow. Cool.
said, yeah, we have a lot of things going on here. And the ghosts there really fought to try and not let the house get burnt, knocked down because there was a big well. And when they started like digging up the well and doing whatever they
Uh-huh.
were doing,
Right.
equipment was failing, breaking down,
Yeah.
workers getting,
It's a
nauseous and
portal.
yeah,
Can't mess with portals. They just, you can't close them. Some of them. There are some portals you can close, but there are some that are just, what's your thought on that? About those kind of portals that they just can't seem to close.
I agree. I agree. We
Hmm.
don't, you know, uh, who knows? But I agree
Right?
100%. Something's up with that. And
Right. Yeah, that's bigger than you and I just learned to tap out when you're like, sorry, can't do that. Interesting. Huh. All
oh,
right.
Zach, I
What's he
was like,
saying?
Zach Clayton. Do I know Zach Clayton? He sounds familiar.
All right. Releasing a magazine, coffee table book. Is this a good move? And should we do an article on Sean, or will that get us canceled immediately?
Oh, I have an answer. What does it pay? And only if I'm on the cover. I mean, because you got to go big or go small.
Okay, well, you got to pay me $400. I mean, I think it's a great thing. I went big.
You guys.
I don't know if
You
you want an
guys.
article on me on a coffee shop book, a coffee table book.
Mm, it can't hurt. So
I
what
would
else has
say,
happened? What else good stuff is going on?
let me see. What do my notes say here? Oh, I got a couple of more notes here. A lot has happened the past month.
Okay.
Um, while we're on paranormal evidence,
Yeah.
I uh, found a picture of some pretty intriguing paranormal evidence, and I ended up sending it to Zach and saying, if I ever ask you to post the photo, go ahead and we'll see, what Susan's take on it. So if Zach does have that photo ready, he can pull it up at any time.
Oh, stop it. Have you no shame? Oh,
So that's a photo apparently of you as a little baby. So
yeah.
that's so you.
Isn't it though? Isn't that
You're
sad? Like that is I think there's many other pictures of me standing
I,
there with
I
like
think I've recently seen pictures of you doing that still to this day. Um,
you
I don't
are
know.
so mean.
I don't know
Yes.
about your
Did you love
sister.
my hair? My little scrunchy hair. Oh my, that was the
But I
worst
love
hair ever.
that is so you.
Right.
I get off on like I have baby pictures, and people will look at them and just start cracking up and go because like they can just look in the face and the eyes, and it's just
Right.
like and the expression so you even as a kid.
Right.
But I cracked up when I saw that photo, and it was sibling day,
It
and so I
was.
purposely said, you know what? And I stopped and thought and thought and thought. You know what? I stay in contact with my two older sisters and my younger brother all the time. But I'm like, when was the last time they reached out to me? So I'm purposely not going to reach out this sibling day, and your picture caused this, and see if they reach out to me. They didn't.
That worked. Huh. Huh.
So,
Hi.
it is what it is. But so we had sibling day. Did you reach out to your sister and do anything fun?
I think I did. That's my oldest sister, Maureen, and she would kill me knowing that she's yeah, absolutely
That's a
kill me.
great photo. And with
Oh,
that
my
photo also,
hair is just horrible. I don't even know what it's doing. Isn't that awful? But I
oh
was
my
I was
God.
I was fly in that bathing suit. I just thought I was the cat's meow, clearly.
Yeah, you were. I could tell.
Right out of the
That's
gate.
great.
My poor mother, she didn't have a chance.
That is
Nope.
a great photo. I had to pull it up. That's what you call
That
paranormal.
is scary. You got anything else scary? I don't even know. Zach, you are not allowed to post anything else.
What else did I want to tell you? Was that at Cape Cod?
That is in Chatham, Massachusetts. Yeah, where we had a summer house and
Because
um
that photo also reminded me of. I don't remember how many times we went, but I grew up in Colts Neck, New Jersey, and I
mhm,
remember one of our vacation spots, at least a couple of times, if not more, was Cape Cod.
mhm,
Um, and so that reminded me of that. I didn't know if it was at Cape Cod or not, but I knew that that's where you live. So
yeah.
that photo reminded me of, and Sibling Day reminded me of those times. That was very, very cool. I have good memories, even though we didn't go much, and we may have
Mhm.
even only gone once. But I have good memories of Cape Cod.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is that my grandparents bought that um they used to call them a wood lot, bought a wood lot for $10,000 in Chatham. I can't tell you what a lot would go for in Chatham today. Crazy. Wasn't
I had
10,000
never
though.
heard of when at Strawberry Moon.
Yeah.
You'll have to tell me how to pronounce that city. I'd never heard of that city before.
Dartmouth?
No, Padanarum.
Oh, oh, Padmum. That is another added name. They've got a couple of stores. So that is not the name of the town. That's
Okay.
just an added name to their name.
Well, the town that it's in, I mean, is
Yeah.
everything I hear a lot. I hear.
That is
I
na-
can't say it. The book doesn't exist because I haven't looked. Sharon has bought me a couple of books, Haunted New Jersey or Haunted whatever. Um, I don't think I haven't seen a book, Haunted Cape Cod, but that place has to be off the charts haunted everywhere.
Oh, it's almost like it's just everywhere. I just stopped looking.
And
Like,
ghosts.
actually, I go, like, I've walked past some people that are ghosts, and I'm like, "Oh, excuse me," and then I realize they're not real. So that's how many there are. If you can see, and if you've trained your eye to see, everybody can see. So that's why it's just you've got to train your eye to see. But yeah, it's in every house. My poor daughter, because she goes around and does photography for real estate. And hi, Michelle. And she will call me if she's in a house and she's like, I think that something's happening. This house is haunted. So yeah, she sees
Nobody
a
has
lot.
seen this. Have you seen this show? Nobody has seen this show. I don't know. I know they've had at least a couple of seasons, and it might be canceled.
Mhm.
Surreal Estate.
Oh no.
I think it's on ABC.
Okay.
It's at night. I don't know what night of the week. And it's a show about a team of paranormal investigators. Each member has a different, like there's an exorcist and a psychic and just a good talented ghost hunter and a couple
Mhm.
of other people. Everybody has their own individual talent, but they're a team exclusively attached to this real estate company that tends to sell a lot of haunted homes. So after they sell the home, that that is part of the bargain. Listen, they've got to tell the people you're about to buy a haunted home. Some people say, well, that's fine with me. Some are like, well, what do we want the home, but we
Right.
don't want the
Right.
ghost. The team will come in and
Oh,
cleanse the home and do whatever they got to do to get the. And nobody I talked to has seen the show. I don't really care for it because I don't watch shows like that. Um, but
Sounds like a racket to me, to be honest with
and
you.
it could be that would be a great
Hey,
racket.
your home is wildly haunted, but we can come in and fix it for 1995.
Yep. We have to tag that on,
right.
tack that on the back end of the sale. But nobody I know has seen that show. Maybe they canceled it, but it
Isn't
was
that
called
funny? Yeah.
Surreal Estate.
It sounds cool. That's a good name.
I thought it would
But
be a great.
I got to tell you that if they have not, like, there is there's certain places on Cape Cod that are a little more haunted. I would just say, I'm just going to throw it out there. 6A in Barnstable, down by the courthouse. Very old houses. There's a lot of shenanigans going on around there. So, like, if you buy a house, you've got to understand that there's going to be a ghost in there. That's got to be. Like, yeah. I don't know if they, I think it is. If no one makes it authentic and we don't have anybody going in there saying that it is haunted, then I guess it's not haunted. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you had a good event. I hear good things.
Yeah.
Um,
I've,
and
I've got another one tomorrow night.
very,
It's
very
full
cool.
again. So yes, which is nice.
Table tipping
Table tipping.
at Strawberry Moon.
No, this one's at Wellfleet, at the Pond Hill School in Wellfleet. Yeah, it's the old antique school that
Wow,
that we did a ghost investigation in.
that's going to be active. You're going to have a good night.
It is always active. She's this, I think it's the school teacher. She's very sweet. She's very kind. She likes when I do tea, so she comes to tea and she likes that. But she, once again, like, you can kind of hear her coming in, or someone will go, "Oh, I think someone else is coming." And I'm like, "Nope, that's just you can kind of see her scooch by out of the corner of your eye, and you can see her at the window, but everybody says, 'Oh, there's somebody here.'" And yeah, so, and then there's a little boy that's there too, and he kind of hides out in the front hall, and he peeks around the corner, and they're like, "Oh, I think I just saw somebody." I'm like, "Little boy?" They're like, "Yep." So,
What do you think about the people that I think it was just one of your posts, and you just kind of said it a matter of factly. Um, you had mentioned this was right after O.J. Simpson passed, and you had commented you wondered if he was going to show up at you were going to go to some event,
yeah, that's
and I
another
thought to
table
myself,
tipping.
I don't follow the guy. That's probably why I didn't see it, and I'm sure he did it. And I don't even remember his name, but there's a guy out there that it seems like every time somebody famous passes, he contacts them and then puts that on YouTube or wherever
Right.
he streams.
Yeah.
But it's always that. It's always right after somebody famous dies, and apparently, whoever he
Yeah.
contacts on his ghost box, that voice is supposed to be the person. Yada yada yada. Um, what do you think about that?
Just to let you know, your show, Surreal Estate, is still on the air.
Really?
It is on. Uh, it is on Sci-Fi Channel,
Ah,
Really? I was totally
and
off.
there are currently 20 episodes with 2 seasons. They took a season off, and it's from Canada. It is a made up show though. So
Yeah, yeah. But the few episodes I saw, I enjoyed, but I didn't keep up with it because it really wasn't my thing. But I had to check it out because I thought, that's interesting.
yeah,
You know,
not bad.
I like this. The production companies name one of the production companies for this show is Take the Shot Productions. Hey, that's kind of like the throw the spaghetti against the wall, see what sticks. Productions,
Right,
I mean,
right.
why
Hey,
not?
take
So,
a shot. Why not? What do you
yeah,
get to lose?
that's
so
right. So if you get a chance to check it out, watch it.
Yeah, I will.
You might find it very entertaining. You might find it really stupid.
Yeah. You know what I watched, and then it got me thinking about ghosts, was the show 1883. What was it on? Amazon Prime, if you have it. And it was about it was the pre Yellowstone, but it was about the
Oh yes,
Oregon
that's right.
Trail. And
It
then I
was like a
thought,
prequel to
yeah,
Yellowstone.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that looked really good.
Oh, it's amazing. It was really good.
I like
Um,
everybody in there. Sam Elliott. I love Sam Elliott.
oh my God, I love Sam
Even
Elliott.
as an old dude, he still looks good, and
Oh,
he's just so commanding presence on the
right. I
screen.
love him. Um, so I was thinking that because when there's trauma with death, it usually leaves an imprint, a huge imprint on a location. And I thought, that poor Oregon Trail is going to be a hot mess. Like, that is going to be the worst trail ever, like the whole way. And then I thought, oh, we got to do this.
My dad actually, he grew up in a small town on the eastern plains of Colorado, and right outside during there's a place where there was a battlefield between the U.S. Army and the Indians and the natives, and he wants us to go out there very, very badly, and I think that we're going to go on ahead and do that maybe sometime this summer. Sean, I had actually mentioned that to one of your guests before, that we wanted to go and do that. It is really interesting, your fact on that. What is the pain that that would the pain that would have led to, especially for the natives, since this was their land. They lost
Yeah.
more than just battles; they lost livelihoods.
There's just so much to that it's hard for us to understand the concept in just our view. Well, just our view on human life in that short period of time is just crazy. So yeah, it was very eye-opening, but just the pain, the suffering, the starvation, the abuse, neglect, and downright thievery that happened along the way. Like, everyone was just out for themselves the whole time, like, basically. It was crazy to think that wouldn't leave some form of um, paranormal imprint. So that would be interesting. I mean, I've never done Gettysburg. I don't know why I have never done any of that stuff, but
Well, how far is that from you? That's
it's like a 2-day
Pennsylvania.
ride.
Oh, really?
Not too far,
Yeah,
considering.
you have to go there. That's
A
for
day and a
sure.
half probably.
How far is Valley Forge from you?
Don't know.
And
Google
you know
it,
what
Zach.
else?
Google it.
I'm waiting for you to go do. Like,
Yeah.
I just saw the big, huge celebration, the summer solstice celebration out at Stonehenge. You're not far from the American Stonehenge, correct?
I thought you were going to say I'm not from Stonehenge. Oh, I'll just boop. There
Yeah.
you go.
Hop on a plane.
Oh, I was going to wiggle my nose. I'd have thought that's what you meant. That would be fun.
Susan, that would be a 5-hour and 55-minute drive.
Oh, look at me. I could do that.
Where
So
to?
it is
American
in
Stonehenge?
Pennsylvania.
No, in
Oh,
Pennsylvania. Oh, are you
Gettysburg.
sure?
Yeah, that's not
Probably a little
bad.
bit long. We'll give it, with traffic. Yeah.
It's not bad.
No,
Well,
that's
yeah,
a
you
day
got to
trip.
go through New York, So I mean,
It's probably a little bit further to get, and I'm not sure where Valley Forge is, but it's. I remember as a very young kid going there for a summer vacation once, and thinking that there was reenactments going on, and really there wasn't. So that was a very active place, and I even realized that. Didn't couldn't really wrap my head around it as a kid, but saw a lot of Revolutionary War um, people
Right.
there at Valley Forge, and it wasn't until I started talking about it later that I realized that they weren't really there, because I asked my family what was going on with all that, and they just thought I was just a little bit of a whack job, except for my mom understood. So I think you should try to plan a trip there too. Where else you should plan a trip to and do something big, even get
Ta-da.
together with the
All right.
team,
We could do that.
is
Oh, yeah, that's where it is. Okay, we could do that.
I would like to see you do something at the American Stonehenge.
Okay. I
I
love
know
these
you're not
little trips
doing
you guys are
yeah, we're
planning.
planning. I mean, we're just getting
Advisor. Thank you.
we're
And where
just getting
else?
into summer.
Why can't you
Um,
come visit? We'll do it together.
what is going on with the team? I can't remember you posting anything. I know that
Well,
the
last
mother and
month
the
we did.
son are busy. He's a very busy
Right.
actor.
Yeah, he's doing his own stuff now. He's not he's young teenager. Well, he's not a young teacher anymore, he's doing his own stuff. And um Daniel's been very busy. Really, really busy. He's
Yeah, I'm
been to
waiting
all
on it.
sorts of cool stuff. So you got to get him
Waiting.
on because
Yeah.
he's got lots of stories. This one, see, I don't have any of the information, but I can tell you the story. So this one house that they went to look at, uh, with, he's been going with his group of guy friends, and then I pop on, or we'll do the post type of investigation with him.
In his team PAE,
Yes, correct.
and you have them on your website, I think.
Correct. Yeah, thank you. And so this one house they went to, which was really cool because this is the first I see. I don't know what my ability is until I do it. I'm like, I don't know. Sure, we'll try. But I wasn't even trying. I was just watching them walking around. I think it was on TikTok or maybe it was on Facebook. I'm not even sure. They were doing it live, and I'm watching. And as I'm watching, I was getting information. So I'm telling him, ask this question, ask that question. Um, you know, just different questions to the male ghost that was there, and then telling them information about what was happening with that guy. He was nasty. He was a really mean, nasty ghost. And he was abusive and murderous, uh and then as I'm calling this ghost out while I'm sitting on my couch at home, calling out the ghost. Um, Daniel and the other guy that was there with him in the room started to get sick, and the guy was now attacking them because I was, I figured it out, like, hey, dude, this is what you did. And yeah, and they're like, "Oh, I'm getting dizzy." He goes, "Yeah, I'm really nauseous." And they're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna." I said, "You need to stop, or I'm gonna stop." And then I lost internet, and so the ghost shut me off too. So, but it was very interesting, and Daniel was like, "Nobody," he said, "they never made that public, the information that I was getting." He said, "No one knew." He said, "But you called it right out. And you knew." So he says that was because Daniel's always like a non-believer. He wants to really be the non-believer, but he is. He believes, but he tries so hard not to believe. And he says, "I always wonder, not that I don't believe you, Susan, but," he says, "when you come out with these things, I can't." He says, "I don't know how you do it." So that was nice to hear from Daniel. But I love that and that's why I like working with him because he is the non-believer. I need that. It's that balance that's really nice when we work together. So
I think, yeah, he wants to be that guy because everybody is usually over the top, 100% a believer. He wants to be that guy that's the
yeah,
skeptic, and I get that, but I
yeah.
think deep down inside he's diehard believer. I'm waiting for an update from him on the exorcism movie that he was working on,
Hmm.
where he had sent me a part of the script and wanted to know what I
Well,
thought about
that's
this one movie.
moving in a really good direction. I think he has access to and has finally gotten permission. I mean, it's hard. Like, you can break into a place and do a video, but like, to make it real, you have to have permission to get in and all this authorization. And sometimes the town has to get involved. And so it's taken a while. And so.
Michelle has a question, and I'll just warn you ahead of time. You're taking a big chance reading her.
All right. So for Michelle's energy, um, lots has changed for you, Michelle, uh, in your energetic field. Like, it just, as I'm seeing it, it just is like it just opens up, and it's like bright horizons, which is really cool. So something cool is has changed or shift for you as you're moving forward, um, and it's in light. So I love that. I love that part. That's really cool. That means that you are guiding, and it's almost like headlights. You know how the headlights make that I don't know what is what's the word I'm trying to go. Whatever. That's what the headlights are doing. That's this light that's just kind of leading you. And I like that because it's like light in the darkness. So the outer parts of that you may not be able to see or understand. You're not maybe going to have all the information, and you don't need it. They're just saying just stay within the light. Yeah, it's really cool for you. I'm really excited. This is going to be lovely. So whatever it is, you're being guided. So just keep on keeping on and keep doing what you're doing because you're right on.
So now what? You're not going to read for me? My
What
book
do you want?
question?
Oh,
Oh,
was that
my
a
book.
real question? Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't know what you were talking about. Um,
No, we're starting up a new quarterly book talking
okay.
about businesses and inviting the businesses to invite a nonprofit every issue, and at the end of the year, it's got a coffee table book attached to it.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
So I would like to know, what do I need to watch out for, other than putting Sean on the cover?
Right. Well, that's one thing.
I need a double
It's
sized
going
cover.
to, there's two parts to this. This is you overdoing it. This is you. It's the cave overdoing it.
That's with the Twinkies.
Overdoing it, the Twinkies. Oh, you're so bad. No, this is you doing too much. What did I tell you last time? I'm yelling at you right now. I'm going to lecture you like a mother. I told you, do what you need to do. But then this is about the book is that it opens up a lot of opportunities. Like this is doorway and a doorway and a doorway, and it does open up opportunities. I feel like it's not going to be as profitable as you would like it to be. So,
They never are. It is what it is.
but figure that out. Like, is it worth it going into it? You got to weigh it. Don't go in there just going, yeah, we're just going to do it because it has to be, what is your goal? What's the reason you're doing all of this? What's all the hard work for? Because it's awareness, or is it money, or is it figure out what really is important, and if it's not going to give you that reward, then do something else.
Our goal, Susan, is always the same. It's to try to bring the light to small nonprofits and small business, because people like yourself, you're trying to get your venture off the ground that we don't talk near enough about. But we're trying to get yours off the ground, and small businesses really care about everyone around them, and we just want to bring that attention to them. I'd love to be able to go out and take the wife out to McDonald's every once in a while for a nice romantic dinner, but you
They got a
know
new sandwich too called the McCrispy. I want to try.
Ooh,
mm,
McCrisp.
Supposed to be just like the what's the big Chick-fil-A. It's supposed to be just like their sandwich.
ah,
Yeah, closest McDonald's is 30 minutes away.
wow.
Yeah.
How close is the nearest Dairy Queen? That's the real question.
Ding ding ding, we got one of those.
See,
See,
every
that's it.
every good place has a Dairy Queen.
We have those
Every
out here
good
too, but we
place.
have closer to us is the Tasty Freeze. That's like our
Oh.
Dairy Queen out here. It's called Tasty Freeze. It's really awesome.
Tasty.
Why do we always talk about food? Oh my gosh, every single show. Last show it was hot dogs. This show it's
Oh,
ice
that's
cream.
right. We did. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Every time. This is so wrong. All right. Let's talk about what else? What else?
Well,
What
there's a
else?
new paranormal craze out. I want to get your
Yeah.
opinion on it.
Sure.
Um, am I the only one that can't seem to scroll past the blackhead and pimple popping videos?
Why is that? What does that have to do with paranormal? What? Zinger dingers. They don't have that here. I have not seen a zinger dinger. What's in the middle of it? What's it mashup? Oh, I thought it was dude.
They're the raspberry zingers
Yeah.
on a ding dong cake. Can you hear the angels singing? Because I
Uh,
can.
that's your happy place.
Yeah,
Your little zinger dinger's your happy place. Yeah.
I'm a fat guy. If it's got cream filling, that's my happy place.
Oh my god, you're too funny.
Yeah, I can't scroll past those. It's starting to weird me out a little bit. All of a sudden on feed on Facebook are all these blackhead and pimple popping videos, and I can't scroll past them. I don't know what that obsession is there.
No, it does lure you in. It really does. I gotta admit. Oh, so you know what I'm doing in a couple weeks? I'm going up to upstate New York and I'm going to the Mohawk mines
Ooh.
and I'm going to be digging for their Herkimer diamonds, which are crystals. And but my thought was, what would it feel like to have the ground resonating with all of these crystals and being around that? What does that feel like? So I'm really kind of excited to see what that's going to be like.
Well, it's funny that you bring up ground. I did stumble onto Daniel's Facebook page for some reason the other day,
Hmm.
just kind of stalking him, checking on him, and he mentioned that Alternate Ground, the movie that you guys were all in,
Hmm.
was on Tubi. So I
Oh,
checked it
cool.
out. So if anybody's never seen that movie, Susan's in it and Owen's in it, and it's a good movie. If they
Yeah,
want to watch,
it
it's on
was fun to
Tubi
do.
now.
It was a lot of fun to do.
Sharon,
Um,
and I'm glad she brings that up because we
yeah,
are almost out of time.
we are.
Here's
I
my
know.
theory.
Wait, I'm just going
Um,
to say what my theory is. Don't you want to hear my
Gotcha.
favorite?
Go ahead.
I think actually, because Sharon, your mom is tootling around. It's what it is. Maybe she doesn't like Sean, and that's why she disappears when he comes in the room. But it's your mom. It's really cool. I think she's concerned about
Because
you. So
Mother's Day is just around the
it's
corner.
coming up. If Sharon gives me permission, I'm going to just pull a couple of cards for Sharon. I want to see why her mom's popping up. So, but yeah, I feel like it's her mom. I love that. That's nice.
Maybe she's looking through all my stuff, wondering where's all my stuff.
Where's my
We've
son?
got we got a lot of her stuff here. A couple of really nice antique
Yeah.
rocking chairs that
Ooh.
Sharon's daughter brought back for her from her mother's home in Arizona. We have here in the living room. They're beautiful. And then I've got her mother was also a wonderful painter. I've
Oh,
got
nice.
some of her paintings up. I've hung them up
Such a
since
cool woman,
yeah.
right? To have gone through and seen and her life story.
And I don't blame her for not liking me. Sharon deserves so much better than me. How she got, so I'll be the first to admit that. So it is what it is.
All
But
right.
my
So,
theory was either her mother or my mother, especially with
mhm,
the rummaging around through, because
mhm,
all their stuff is here.
mhm. Yeah, it felt like Sharon's mom. So Sharon, you've got some choices. This your scales are off, which is telling me that you've got some either just something is off with you. I don't feel like it's physical, but I feel like there's a little imbalance of something that's happening internally for you. But no, not to worry. There's not like any real need to worry. I just it could be your sleep is off, or your eating is off, or your just something simple, even like you're getting dehydrated, like something's off, your electrolytes are off, something like that. And also, this is the choice. The puzzle is the two doors. So this is always a choice and a decision you're going to have to make coming up. And she's saying that she would like to be supportive of that for you. Also, there's a piece of paper you're looking for, Sharon, that there's something that you have been looking for, and ask her because she'll be able to help you find it. Maybe that's why she's rummaging. There's something there, but it all ends in good. It's love, it's family, it's sun, it's dancing, it's weed, it's coming together for you, but it's just always so slow for you guys to manifest that. So I'm gonna try and throw some prayers out there and see if we can't move that a little bit faster for you guys. And look what time it is. Oi, oi, oi.
Oh, the motorcycle.
Ah, the motorcycle title. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ask her. She'll probably help you with that. I know. Poor Sharon. We gotta get her away.
I gotta say, I don't plan on riding anymore. My bike is sitting it's out in the garage. We want to sell it. Um, and it's hard getting together with my younger brother. He co-signed for it many years ago, and we
Mhm.
just kind of forgot about it. So in order for me to sell it, I've got to get through the DMV, get some stuff signed, get them off
Right.
the title, and then since I'm not going to ride it any longer, we want to
Dude,
sell
you
it, but
could
we
make
can't
some
find.
money on that
Yeah, we can't
too,
find the title. I think
which
it's
is
with the
okay.
bike, and I can't get to the bike. It's just ceiling to floor, wall to wall, hoarder city out there in the garage. The bike is like right in
All
the
right.
middle
I'm gonna
under all
come
that
and
stuff.
we're gonna do a yard sale. I'll
Oh,
help
big
you.
time. We got to do
All
a
right.
yard sale, estate sale, garage sale, whatever you call it.
With every
One of
purchase,
these
you get a
days.
free kitten. Here.
And then some people are like, they're more of the, it's a releasing of the negative energy if you just start throwing stuff out that you're never going to use or need anymore that's of no value.
Mhm,
And just you can have those. It's not a pod. A pod's for when you move, but they've got these things that look like pods that
mhm.
they come and they drop off, and you just start throwing all your crap in there. And then when it's filled, you call them up and they come and they haul it out to the junkyard. So we have to do one of those things here soon because, um,
And that may be one of the choices. She's got to make this decision. And I think that it's going to weigh on her. You're going to agree to whatever she needs to do. It just she has to get her mind around it. And I feel like you're going to support her in whatever she needs,
oh
but
yeah,
she just has to make the decision.
yep.
So that be it. All right, I'm coming out. Let me know.
You in Vegas? Hmm.
Ooh, that'd be fun. I want to go see the pet cemetery and bring some baby powder. We're going to do that trick. I want to see the elephant. What else?
Oh, and there's a big whole section. A lot of ranchers used to take their horses there and have them buried there.
Oh,
So
right.
people see herds of horses running through the
Oh, wow.
cemetery and
And you guys get cool UFO too. So I want to see a UFO. I see I got a big
UFO
list.
activity. I don't know why they don't talk about it more. But like on just about any given night, if it's clear, you
Yeah.
can go and sit in my front yard even in the
Right?
middle of the night late. Sometimes Sharon and I see them
Dude, why don't you
when
do that? I
in
want
the
to do
morning before
that.
Sharon's about to go to work. It's still dark. It's like
Love that.
4:35 in the morning, and I walk her out to her
Mhm.
car. We'll stop and we'll look up and we see stuff that we know is not a plane,
Right.
and it's pretty interesting. And they don't talk
Yeah.
about it as much as they used to.
Well,
So,
the garden behind the flamingo. What's
oh yeah.
that?
Well, there's the place where the flamingo was the Bugsy
Oh,
Siegel's place.
yeah, yeah.
Behind there was his residence,
Oh,
and they've
okay.
since torn it down and actually built a chapel. And there's
Hmm.
like a secret. There's a garden out there and stuff. But there's a statue of him, and that's very active over there. And we've actually caught some pretty interesting back in the day when we used to go there. We used to catch some pretty interesting stuff there. I mean, every place is haunted out here too. Like it used to be Bally's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Before it was Bally's, I forget what it was, and I
Hmm.
don't know if it's still Bally's, but the hotel that it was before Bally's had a terrible fire and a lot of people died.
Oh.
And for many, many, many days afterwards, their main casino floor, when you would
Hmm.
walk in off the street, was the morgue.
Oh, wow.
And so you can go there, and there's lots of you see lots of
Cool.
spirits
Oh,
around there, and then
I hope
you go to
Daniel's watching. Daniel, we're going to Las Vegas.
the
Bringing Dave.
Hilton, and the Hilton
Oh,
has
could
you
you
see
imagine us? This
Elvis
would be the
around.
best show ever. Oh, I would love that.
All
All right,
righty,
that's our next. All right, I
I
love
love
you.
you. I respect you. Have a great weekend, and I
Thank
won't see
you.
you next month. I'll see you the month after that, but we'll
Yeah,
talk.
we will. All right, love
Very
you.
good.
Bye,
Love you
guys. Thank you,
later.
everyone.
Good night. All right. What do I want to tell everybody? USOCC.org and BishopJamesLong.com. Those are the websites attached to the church that I'm attached to. Check them out. You'll find the links to night prayer there. You'll find the links to Bible study there. Check out Zach's website, communitypayitforward.us. Just go there and be pleasantly surprised. New show this Friday, First Fridays with Father Sean. You can only see that show on my show page, PAC channel, and the United States Old Catholic Church clergy and parishioners page. Just on those, just there. So that's this coming Friday. Thank you to Parapost Network Central. Thank you to Things Network. Thank you to Pact, little P, capital ACT, Podcasting for All Coming Together channel, Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment, Spirit Alabama. Thank you to all those networks for simulcasting my show. God bless you for that. And it is now bad joke time. I'm going to pull a bad joke that one of you sent in out of this haunted carnival barker hat. I'm getting low on jokes. Guys, send me some jokes. Why did the toilet paper roll downhill? To get to the bottom. Good night, Danny. Good night, Jack. Good night, Dog. Good night, Harold. Rest in peace. Good night, Ernie. Good night, Bill. Good night, Dan. I love you all. God bless you all in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Peace.